Morning students, welcome to 8th class Physical Science. Now, in this class, we discuss about friction. In the chapter friction, we discuss about lab activity. Okay, students? Okay, what is the given lab activity? Understanding the nature of friction, and the concept of static friction. Okay, students, understanding the nature of friction and the concept of static friction. Okay, this is that ambition and understanding the nature of friction and the concept of static friction. Okay, in this lab activity, what are the materials are required? Materials are required for we conduct this activity. Okay, first one is a toy trolley. Next one is wooden block. And next one is pulley. Third one is pulley. And fourth one is inextensible string. Next one is weights. Next one is weight hanger. And so on, etc. Okay, students. Okay, what are the materials are required for we conduct this experiment? First one is toy trolley, and next one is wooden block, and next one is pulley, next one is inextensible string, next one is weights, next one is weight hanger, next table, and so on, etc. Okay, next one, we look at procedure. Okay, in this procedure, first we take a toy trolley. This is put on the table. Okay, students, what is this? This is the table. Next, now take toy trolley. This trolley is put on the surface of table. This is a toy trolley. Next, this trolley is tied up with a string. This string is passed on through the pulley. This is the weight hanger. Okay, this is the pulley. This is a weight hanger. This is the string. Next one is take wooden block. The wooden block is put on trolley. This is the wooden block. Okay, friends. Once again, first one take a toy trolley. This trolley is put on the surface of the table. Next one, this trolley is tied up with a inextensible string. This string is passed over through the pulley, and the end of string is attached with weight hanger. Next, take a wooden block. The wooden block is put on the surface of trolley. Understand? Now here we take weights 10 grams, 20 grams, 30 grams, 40 grams. These weights are put in weight hanger. What happens? What happens? We notice that this trolley along with wooden blocks both are moves on the surface of the table. And that is, we observe that these two both are present in the motion. The speed of the trolley is changing with time interval is said to be acceleration. So now increase the weights in the weight hanger. We observe that this trolley it will get in acceleration. So here we want to increase the acceleration of trolley. Weight increases in a weight hanger. So we observe that the motion of wooden plank and trolley. Okay, here we observe that this trolley is moves in left direction, and also the wooden plank. Okay, here we observe that the trolley is moves on the surface of the table. Okay, and that is we look at with respect to the table, this trolley is moves. That is like present in the motion. And also the wooden plank. The wooden plank is also present in the motion with respect to the table. Okay, students, once again, the trolley and along with wooden planks, these two are present in the motion with respect to the surface of the table. But here the wooden plank is at rest with respect to the surface of the trolley. Okay, friends, here the trolley is exerts the force applied on the wooden plank in the direction of the motion of a trolley. Okay, friends, here we look at it. There are two kinds of forces that act in it. Okay, first one force is that the force of friction is exerted on the wooden plank by trolley. This force of friction is acts in the direction of motion. Okay, look at this is that the direction of motion. The direction of motion of the wooden plank. This friction force. The friction force is acts on the wooden plank by the surface of the trolley. Okay, this friction force is acts in the direction of the motion of a wooden plank. But at the same time, the wooden plank is also exert the force on the surface of the trolley, but in quite opposite direction. Okay, students, there are two kinds of forces. First one, the force of friction exert on the wooden plank by the surface of the trolley. At the same time, the wooden plank is also exert the force on the surface of the trolley, but in quite opposite direction. Okay, at certain limiting weight or at certain limiting acceleration, this wooden plank is present the most in reverse direction. So the wooden plank will comes to motion in reverse direction at the certain limiting weight or certain limiting acceleration. So friends, here at certain limiting weight or at a certain limiting acceleration, this wooden plank comes to into motion in reverse direction. So we observe that the wooden plank is moves in right side, the trolley is moves in the right side. So here we observe that the relative motions between the surface of these two objects in contact, this force is called friction force. Understand? Okay, what is the friction? Okay, what is the friction? Friction means friction force, the force which opposes the relative motion of surfaces of bodies contact in bodies or contact in contact is called friction. Okay, friends, what is the friction? The force which opposes the relative motion of surfaces of or bodies in contact is called friction. Like it starts here, the wooden plank comes into motion in left side direction, but the stand is moving in right direction. But here we observe that the relative motions, the surface of two bodies in contact in. Okay, this force is called friction force. And once again, the friction force is defined as the force which opposes the relative motion of surfaces of bodies in contact is called friction force. Okay, due to the force of friction, the wooden plank is also moves along with the trolley. Okay, at the certain limiting acceleration or limiting weights, what happens? The wooden planks comes into the motion in reverse direction. So the friction force, due to the friction force, the wooden plank is also moves in left side along with this trolley. But next one is that we observe that in this activity two types of frictions, two types of forces are we observed in this experiment at that time. Okay, what are the two types of friction forces are acting them? First one is a sliding friction. Okay, first one is sliding friction. Sliding friction is the friction which comes into the play when the surfaces of one object relative motion. Okay, sliding friction is a friction which comes into the surfaces of relative to the surface of another object is called sliding friction. Okay, friends, what is the sliding friction? Sliding friction is the friction which comes into the play. The friction which comes into the play, the surfaces of one object, relative to the surface of another object is called sliding friction. Here, the trolley is in motion with respect to the table. So, what type of friction is present in between them? Sliding friction. Because of sliding friction is the surface of an object relative to the surface of another object. Here, trolley is one object, table is another object. Here, the trolley is in motion with respect to on the surface of the table. What type of the friction is present in between them? Sliding friction. Okay, next one is static friction. Okay, next one is static friction. Static friction. Static friction is the friction which comes into the play. Surfaces of two bodies. Surfaces of two bodies are at rest relative to each other. This is called static friction. Friends, static friction is the friction which comes into the play. The surfaces of two bodies. The surfaces of two bodies are at rest relative to each other is called static friction. Here, the wooden plank is at rest up to this trolley. It getting certain limiting acceleration or certain limiting weight. This wooden plank is rest on the surface of the trolley. So here trolley and wooden plank, which friction force exists in between them? Static friction. So static friction is that the friction which comes into the play when the surfaces of two bodies are rested. Like here, the surface of wooden plank, the surface of the trolley, both are rest relative to each other. This friction is called static friction. Okay, so in this activity, we observe two kinds of friction forces. First one, friction force is sliding friction, and second one is a static friction. These two friction forces are act at the same time. Because sliding friction means the friction which comes into the play, one object, the surface of one object moves relative on the surface of another object is called sliding friction. Here, the trolley is in motion with respect to the surface of the table. So, what kind of a friction is exists between the trolley and table is that sliding friction. Second one friction is a static friction. Static friction means the friction which comes into the play, the surfaces of two objects are rest relative to each other. Here the wooden plank and the trolley. The wooden plank is the rest up to the trolley getting certain limiting acceleration or certain limiting weight. let's push it. What happens? The book is that motion relative to the surface of the table. What kind of the friction is the present in them? Sliding friction. Okay, sliding friction means an object is motion on the surface of another object is called sliding friction. Static friction means the surfaces of both bodies are resting. Okay, relative to each other is called static friction. Understand? Now, in this class, we had to discuss about sliding friction and static friction. Tomorrow we will continue next class. Okay, thank you.